Now at the podium is Syracuse head coach Dino Babers. Coach Babers will start with a short opening statement, and then we will take questions. Please raise your hand if you have one. We will bring a microphone to you.
Just, I thought the first part of the game we were really were doing the things that we wanted to do offensively, defensively, and kicking game. I thought we started well. And once the second quarter, third quarter, second half, we just weren't quite able to finish. Good football team, talented players, but right now I got a lot of disappointment on my face. I thought that I really thought we could win that game, and I'm really disappointed that we didn't. Go ahead with your questions.
If you have a question, please raise your hand.
Coach, your team went 1-1 on fourth down. There was a big fourth down conversion.
Say it again.
Sorry, in the first quarter you guys went for it on fourth down, obviously converted, but after that it became a little bit of a struggle. I think you were 2 of 5 at some point in the fourth quarter. And obviously you called timeout on the first play of the second half of the first drive before that 4th and 1 that they did convert. How big of like a momentum loss was that when you guys kept giving up those fourth downs and not converting?
Well, I mean, it's part of our game. I mean, the more and more you watch us, you have to understand that that's certain things that we do. The most important thing is that we're not going to get them all the time, but we believe we do. We're going to get them when we call it. If we don't think we're going to get it, then we would punt the ball. So it was disappointing that we didn't convert some of those plays. I think would have had a huge effect on the game. Now, the thing that you got to remember is that it's also okay to get a first down, first and second and third down, and not have to use your fourth down and 10. I mean, that is allowed. So we need to do better on those downs as well.
Joe, right?
Hey, Dino. Turnovers ended up being a huge stat in the game. Is that more about the offense? I mean, in the second half, things got a little tight. Or defensively, I mean, I know you have some players injured. You weren't able to force as many turnovers. It ended up being just a big stat. Okay.
It's all part of the game. The turnovers, the injuries, the depth, it's all part of the game. And those guys, all those programs, they feel bad for you, but they have a big smile on their face. You know what I mean? And I can't blame them. We've got to find a way to win with the people that we have, with the depth that we have, with the injuries that we have. No excuses.
One of the biggest plays of the game seemed like the 4th and 1 where they broke the 52-yard touchdown or whatever. What were you guys trying to solve up the middle on defense, or did somebody lose contain, or what happened on that play?
It was a mental mistake. Anytime you see somebody score a touchdown like that in a game as physical as that game was, that was a mental mistake.
Steven?
I think looking at Eric Dungy's numbers, one would think that he had a pretty good game. It seemed like there were some incompletions, some short passes that he normally makes. How would you kind of assess his overall performance today?
So many times with the quarterback, I know that's the one that everybody can see, but a lot of times his days depend on so many other people. I mean, the offensive line, we lost our center. There were snaps that were on the ground that he had to handle. Wide receivers making sure they do everything exactly right. And when you're standing back there and you've got free rushers coming at you, you have to make sure, is that guy getting blocked? Because this guy was supposed to come over here and block that guy. Is this going to happen? So the reason why I'm saying all that is because I think Eric is progressing nicely. He's not totally there yet, but he is. Every week we find something to correct, and hopefully there'll come a day where we have to stop correcting and we'll really see the guy that we think we've got. But right now I think he's just still growing. I wouldn't say that he's had a great day. I wouldn't say that he had a bad day. I just say he's got his 3rd game in this system, and I can't wait till he gets to more games so he can get better.
Mark in the back, right?
Coach, how are you?
Hi,
I want to go back to the 4th downs that you guys went for. It seemed like a big one was in the second quarter in your own territory when they scored a few plays later, seemed to get the momentum there. Did you think that was a turning point? Did you have any regret after that?
No, I don't have any regret. All you guys get to open up that drawer I talked about week 1, and those articles that you guys already wrote, you got to print them. You guys are going to have a good time tonight. You already got them written. You know, no, when you look at the game and you look at that football team, you just know that they're going to... Let me back this up. Okay. Think about who we have. Think about who's playing. Think about who we're playing against. You look at what's going on defensively with injuries. You look at those skilled receivers. You look at the quarterback. Even though you're in the first or second quarter, you can kind of predict what's going to go on down the road. You saw numerous drop balls by their wide receivers, true? And you saw guys that were open and the balls going on the ground. Kind of reminded you a little bit of Louisville. Same thing. Louisville had a lot of drops against us. Well, if they're making those catches, it's a different game. Now, you get the positive with the negative, but as a coach, I have to be able to look at it and make a decision based off of what I believe is going to happen. And what I believe was going to happen is that we needed those 4th downs to win the game. And if I thought we could have did it another way, I promise you I would have. But I thought we needed those possessions. I thought we needed more points on the scoreboard if we were going to be able to take a football team like that.
All right.
Hey, Dante Strickland right here. Dante Strickland only had 17 carries in his first 2 games, but got 30 tonight. Was that something you game planned for, or was that just more from eating the hot hand?
It's not really eating the hot hand. It kind of ties into, once again, what we do. They were giving us certain things. They were taking certain things away, and because they were taking certain things away, it became Strickland's day. One of the things that we tell all our personnel is that you never know when your day is going to be. It's all the defense decides really who's going to do. We can do certain things and make sure certain guys get the ball on certain plays, but for the most part, for the offense to flow, you have to have weapons all across the board. That's when it really gets to be good, because it doesn't matter what they take away. You've always got a weapon somewhere else. We're not there yet. We're not there today, but we will get there someday. And when we get there someday, that'll be a heck of a day.
Joe in the middle, right.
Hey, I know the injury list has grown a little bit, but one player I was curious about was Antoine Davis. I mean, he made so many plays as a freshman, and this year already I thought he was showing a nose for the ball. What's the energy for him right now? Did you say anything to him? I know it's a bad break for him to lose the season.
I talked to Antoine, and I just love the heck out of that guy. I mean, he's so little, yet he's so big, and his heart is huge. And when I found out about the injury, I brought him over, and the first thing that I told him, I said, you know what? Broken bones, they heal better than torn ACLs. I've had a broken bone. You would never believe which one of my bones are broke. They heal back stronger. The body's a beautiful thing. And with Antoine, we're going to be able to get a redshirt year for him, which means now we get number 8 back the 2nd and 3rd year of this system. That's a blessing. Everything happens for a reason, and that's what I told him.
Time for 2 more questions. Mark?
Coach, just wanted to ask you about the play where Eric Dungy went out for the pass. And I know a lot of people are thinking, man, we're afraid this guy getting hurt, and here he is going out for a pass. What would you say?
I would say that the play was wide open, which is the reason why I called it. It's the ball was in the air a little bit longer than what it was supposed to, but I thought Mo made a good throw. He gave him a chance. We got to jump up there and catch it. If you're going to take chances on plays like that, it's usually those type of plays that are wide open. The last time that we ran the play, I think it was RG3 versus TCU. It was like 4th and 12, and TCU was about to win the game. We threw it down the middle. RG3 caught it right in the middle of cover 2. 2 guys hit him. He went down, he popped up, and then ended up taking us on a winning touchdown drive. So it's a play that's been in the offense a long time, and we'll call it at any time, and we'll call it again. If we think it's wide open, we'll call it.
Last question.
Coach, in the second quarter, USF scored 4 times, 3 touchdowns by the same player, and all those scoring drives took about a minute and a half. They were all really quick. What kind of happened in that quarter, and why couldn't the defense really stop the bleeding in a sense?
We have to go back and watch the tape. Normally when those situations, there's normally some kind of mistake. I can't tell you exactly where every mistake was, but when it happens that fast, there's normally a mental breakdown. Thank you, guys.